it don't matter how you take this. Everything I do is what I do and I don't fake it. Self-made, I'm talking greatness. You either love it or you hate this. And it don't matter how you take this. Everything I do is what I do and I don't fake it. Self-made, I'm talking greatness. You either love it or you hate this. And it don't matter how you take this. Everything I do is what I do and I don't fake it.
What's good? What's good? What's good with everybody? You know what it is. It is Desyple with yours truly. Go ahead, introduce yourself tonight, Dre, and tell them what the fuck we're doing and introduce the guest or have her introduce herself while I roll this shit up and try to get a little soberish.
Try.
What up? What up? What up? What are we talking about tonight? We're talking about a whole lot.
Oh, now y'all gonna play stupid. We talking about
No,
race, politics, and religion.
It was never specified.
And the alphabet committee.
Fix your feed. You need to make it full because we're not full screen.
Oh, my feed, yeah, I'll get to that. Hold on, I just gotta blow it up. They know we be having technical. Let me roll my motherfucking blunt.
No, we'd be having technical for real. I bear with me with everything. That's what I tell everybody.
Right.
I got all this cool stuff that makes me look like I'm on radio and exciting, but I have no idea.
And plus, you gotta think we got 3 people on the screen now, so I gotta resize it anyway. There we go. Let me get to it.
all right, that's better.
No, it will be. It's all fucked up at the moment. Damn it! I gotta use 2 hands. But anyways, what subject y'all want to get into first?
We got what, race, religion, it's like for 500.
And politics.
Oh, God.
Politics. Okay. So all of the really easy topics to not offend people with.
Oh, right. Well, see, we tried to steer away from this shit, but then everybody wanted to do it. So I said, fuck it. You know what? We're going to do it. Everybody has their opinions. And if people are grown, everybody should be able to, speak their opinion and respect the next ones.
Exactly. So, okay.
Yeah,
well, how do you guys feel about,
Go ahead.
the whole case that's been going on with that cop?
Oh boy.
I'm a roll.
Yeah, I know, right? Like I was saying, okay, there's a good, like a topic to start with. That's kind of versatile there. Like that's just so over dramatized and stupid. I think everybody was not an eye for an eye. That's the way I'm looking at it.
Right. Well, the media likes to divide people. They like to push narratives to keep people divided. It's that whole Gandhi control and conquer bullshit. But people
don't throw Gandhi in the mix.
I mean, he was a genius when it came to ruling people, though. That's what I'm saying in a nutshell.
Right. Yeah.
So, like I said, like she said, bear with me tonight. Old Dusty and Dirt over there got me fucking drinking earlier, so.
Yeah, we're all right.
Yeah,
we're all right.
But definitely shout out to Ashling Entertainment. That was good work tonight. We'll be back tomorrow too. So, but.
Yeah, what'd you guys get to do?
We had to we was just shooting a commercial for Max's Grill, Pizza Grill. I don't know if you're hip to that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we was doing a commercial for him getting still shots. Then we gotta do some band shit tomorrow, take pictures, all that fun stuff. So
heck yeah, that is fun stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I gotta share this on Facebook too. I'm really slacking, so I can get all my Facebook peoples in here.
All right, so you want to hit the trial that's been going on, and
Yeah, I'm curious to see other people's opinions about it because I tend to be real, get over it about things. You know what I mean? Like not just that, just everything.
I don't personally. I don't want to speak about the trial, but I will speak about police need a little more training in situations like that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
They need a lot more assessments done, like background, like genealogy type stuff. And it's not illegal to do that. Some companies do that. I take IO psychology in school.
Well, here's my thing. Here's my thing. Other countries have, a lot more stipulations to become a cop.
Yeah.
You have to have a college degree. You have to have a background in psychology.
Yeah, I was gonna say psychology is a major.
You have to have at least 3 years of training before they even let you out in the field.
Well, I feel that if you're good with psychology and you're emotionally intelligent, I don't feel that there is probably going to be much need for force. You know what I mean? So I don't understand why that's.
In some situations, I would say.
And
I don't know. I think there's a lot to be said about negotiation and empathy.
But no, there's always,
you know?
To an extent, like most situations that have been like over escalated. Sorry, I was posting live on Facebook. But yeah, I think you're right. There is a lot of unnecessary situations where people have been hurt by cops where if they would have had the right training or was dealt how to deal or learned how to deal with, like, kind of like you guys said, going to school to deal with all different personalities, like, you know, mentally handicapped people been shot because they thought they were freaking out, but really, you know, they just had Tourette's. No disrespect to anybody with Tourette's or things like that. Well, I'm saying, you know, that leads into that psychology of a cop. They're not taught to deal with every type of different personality or mental illness or things of that nature.
And there is a special way that you have to approach, you know, because it can freak somebody out that is, you know, and when you're seeing somebody like that, cops automatically assume that they're, you know, under the influence of something.
Right.
Yeah.
Our cops at minimum get 6 to 8 weeks of training.
And a badge to go bang.
I think that the fact that I could be a cop says it all. Like, that's all enough.
Yeah.
No, that's not enough training for anybody.
No. Not to be dealing with situations like that, but I think about things a little deeper because, you know, I'm always hitting the blunt and thinking, and like we even got like, and the reason I'm on this mental health shit because I was just talking about it, but you notice like the places that help the mentally ill for the most part, like places that they go instead of jail, all that's been closed down and gone. So now the mentally ill go to jail and things like that, you know, and police officers aren't counselors and things of that nature, you know. Like I said, they don't know how to deal with that shit, so they're like blam this motherfucker crazy. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I understand like they have to protect themselves and things like that, but I'm 4, like 8.5, you know,
right? And
I don't think that any of the things that I've seen were necessary on cops' part. You know what I mean? And I don't care how crazy they're coming at you or whatever. You know, I've been through some crap. I've seen some things, you know, and never had to, like, I mean, you know, like one thing like that, but I never had to.
Right. No, I've been in some. I think it's kind of. You see, I got to tiptoe around this shit because it's a real touchy subject.
I'm crazy, so I'm schizophrenic. You can talk about it all you want.
No, I mean the police and, you know, people getting killed situation and things of that nature. I think when I look at it, I think there's faults on both sides.
Oh, definitely.
And a lot of the situations. Right. I think what just happened in Columbus, I didn't want to bring this up, was brought upon by that person themselves. That's is how I'm gonna leave it. That was just a bad choice that day. Whether you was free, I don't know if I mean from what they've released, you know, I've seen that you know, it was in foster care, the child was in foster care, things of that nature. But I seen after she did what she did, if that was her father, the father was kicking the other person in the head after she went to go after the other person. I'm like, and these are foster parents? I'm like, what? But, you know, no, I think truthfully either that, you know, from being in foster care or something, I think there's more to this case because who in their right mind is going to do what they did after the cops show up and rush through people and do that right in front of a cop and think that nothing's going to happen? Yeah, now, do I think that what happened deserved to happen? No, but I also think the cop followed protocol. You know what I'm saying? Like he saved 2 people's lives that could have potentially been dead. Do I feel as if what happened to her should have happened? No, like maybe if he would have thought a little quicker, he probably thinks that himself because now he's got to deal with all this. Maybe he could have grabbed his taser, but a taser's not going to stop you from stabbing somebody. So,
I mean, there's all right, here's my thing. There are other non-lethal weapons too, though. You know what I mean? You got your pepper spray, you got your
pepper spray,
taser, you got
from stabbing somebody.
Those are always. I don't know, man. I did that. It hurts.
I've been pepper sprayed, and it
oh yeah, it hurts. I'm
not swinging on nobody after getting pepper sprayed.
Hey, look, I've took every type of police, whatever you call it, that they have. I've tried everything out. Taser sucks.
But
I ain't gonna lie. Taser sucks, bro. Taser sucks bad.
Is that the one that sticks in you?
Electrocute
and, like,
you, yeah.
Yeah.
And have you throwing up gang signs and shit, and you can't stop. It's crazy, bro.
You're all like,
yeah. Yeah, she talking about me.
See,
it's funny.
But like I said, I've been, pepper sprayed, a few times, and it is not the business. I'm not trying to swing on nobody after that.
No.
Yeah, it hurts. You're like milk.
I'm not.
No, but I mean, in a situation in that close proximity, and she was already on top.
Well, everybody can get the pepper spray. Everybody.
Yeah,
can
but you could be pepper sprayed and still shanking blindly.
I did it myself.
Like the scary movie, slash them and bash them and crash them. It don't matter if you pepper sprayed, you might go crazy and start swinging everywhere, bro. No, but I do agree with you guys on the point that I do believe cops need a lot more training, because 99% of the situations could have been taken care of in a non-violent manner.
Are they doing this out of like desperation because of, New World Order and everything like that? So they're just like throwing everybody in the cop, like, hey, you can be a cop. You want to be a cop? You know what I mean? Is that what they're doing?
Johnny,
it seems like they used to be a little bit better.
Right. Johnny in the comments said he hit the dirt fast, woke up like, what the fuck just happened when he got tasered? Yeah, that should have you stiffen up like a tree and fall right the fuck over.
True story.
That shit ain't no joke at all.
No. That's funny. I like watching it on cops though.
Yeah, it's good entertainment. As long as it ain't you getting tasered.
Yeah.
Like I saw this one on like bath salts or something like that, and oh my gosh, they had like 5 people get tasered in a minute.
And you know from experience, Dre, that motherfucking like when Corey got tasered, he took the first taser.
Yeah, he took
and was talking shit.
I've seen a couple of people take multiple tasers, and it's still gonna, stop you, in your tracks though.
Yeah.
It's
gonna slow you down.
Like an airsoft gun. It's an airsoft gun.
No, airsoft gun might fuck somebody up.
I play with those things. I like to play like paintball gun. Like I like to play with those things.
Yeah.
And my cousin, we used to do. That's fun. You just get hit with them a couple times, it's fine. It doesn't go through skin.
Right.
Not point blank,
But you freeze them, they will. We used to do some crazy shit.
Oh my gosh. That's like a BB. That's horrible to do.
I said that's horrible to do. But no, I don't know. Truthfully, I don't think when it comes to police and civilians, much is ever going to change.
That's why, we need to stand up and get up in there. Like Mike. Kids getting in there.
Right. Like, I just don't, I think, and the reason I say this is because instead of looking at the bigger picture, like say police brutality or police needing training or any things of that nature, the media, whether it is or it isn't, and I don't even like saying this, they always throw a race narrative into it. So it sidetracks everybody from the big picture that the police just be fucking people up sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Why?
So that's why I said they kind of divide and confuse people. So now the people are getting fucked up by the police, but they're too worried saying, you're white or you're black, when really it's the police fucking us all up. You know what I'm saying?
We're racist against the police.
Right. In a nutshell, or prejudice, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Like, but you're right though. I think that, I don't know, I just feel that I don't like the power trip that they all.
No, you get a lot of that.
And that's exactly what it is. Yeah. It's a power trip at this moment in time. I've been stopped walking down the street, just because a cop feels like stopping me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm not doing anything. A lot of people
say that.
I'm just walking, and
they can't do that.
But like, they do.
They really, but you can tell them no. I mean, like, you have to fight it, but you can.
Well, technically, if you're not being suspected of a crime or anything like that, you don't even have to give your identity. And them's facts. But around here, they will snatch your ass up, body slam you, and get your ID.
Because any criminal knows the law better than the law does.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
That.
Like,
they won't even pull me over half the time anymore because I get cocky, but I know what I'm talking about. And they'll be like, "Okay, Mr. Lawyer."
You're like,
And I
reading the law
always
book
record.
back
I'm like, bitch, we on Candy cameras, so anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law right along with me, homie.
It says here,
Right.
here in Article 5, Section 4.
Right.
You know, that's hilarious. That's why they call you the disciple.
Yeah, but I really don't like, truthfully, I don't see no outlook like, okay, if we're going to speak unrealistically outlooks on how to fix the problem, yes, it would be training, how to deal with each different kind of person, you know, whether they be mentally ill or sick
They set up workshops.
or schizophrenic, as you say, or something like that, you know. But
Just think
realistically,
of how much better that would make the situation.
yeah, but realistically, our country's not going to send a bunch of cops to college to be counselors, cops, and all that in one.
No, but they could spend the money and maybe have workshops.
Right.
No,
Like,
because we
you
got
know,
education
just like
funds.
human kindness workshops, you know, like how to treat a human 101.
Right. I mean, that'd be great. I just don't see them doing it, though. That's my thing.
Why? Nonprofit. There's my next idea for my nonprofit. Going.
Definitely. What if that's a good idea, to tell you the truth? Like, if the rich people are millionaires, because they get write-offs. I know somebody out there rich watching this.
I own a business.
Fund our
And that's what I
damn
was going to do.
police. Donate them some motherfucking training.
I'm doing it with the inmates and commissary. Don't adopt an inmate, because there's so many of them in there that don't have family, and so they need commissary money, and then on top of it, there's no exit plan. They're more likely to return. And I called up there, up to like, it was some rehab place, like in Rehabs of America. I don't know what it was. It was like the hub for, all things bad.
Right.
And it was, the guy had told me that there isn't a program put into place in any of the prisons for like inmates that are in there. It's always like when they're getting ready to be released or whatever. I'm like, well, maybe if you taught them when they're, like going through it, and they stuck to a program the whole time.
Nah, prison, that shit prison for profit. If you want to get on that shit, that's just corporate slavery is all that is.
It's screwy, man.
Like,
it's screwy.
Because they pay people pennies on the dollar per hour. Like, just because they're in prison. I don't get that, man. But the sad thing is, in a nutshell, they're lightweight preying on them, because a lot of them have nothing, so they need that pennies on a dollar to survive in there.
You ever wonder if, like, okay, all right, because I'm convinced that like public housing, I used to be the property manager or assistant property manager for Ohio Village, okay, and I felt like Hitler every time. It went against everything I stood for, and I could not work there. But anyways, I feel like that's like concentration camps. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like
they started putting gates and fences around them, one ways in, one ways out.
They have no rights, dude. They have no rights whatsoever.
They try to round up poverty and prey on them, as sick as it sounds.
And then you've got this COVID, okay, and then you've got these beautiful new apartment buildings being built that have no reason really for you to even leave it, because the grocery store there, everything's in there. So it's like, okay, are these like, okay, just glorified concentration camps where it's like, okay, they give you everything, so you seemingly have everything you need, so therefore you don't want anything. Think Wall-E. Like Wall-E. Remember that cartoon?
Yeah.
Like, they don't even, so everybody's just, all of a sudden you have just walked everybody into, oh shit, you can't get out. We got to swear on this.
Exactly. And then to top it off, you feel like you're locked in, and
you put yourself in there.
Whether in your head mentally, like whether you see it like physically and acknowledge it, you might not see that, but I guarantee you happening. In your head mentally, you're caged in, it. So, exactly. Like, I definitely do believe what you're saying, and it keeps people in a mental state too sometimes. Like, not everybody's
well, that's
the
okay.
same
When you think about it, that's exactly it, because then you can't think for yourself, and then therefore there's only one reality that exists, and that's there.
Yep.
So it's very interesting, and it scares the hell out of me.
She's got some smart concepts. I like her already.
You have no idea. I have no idea. I wrote a thing back in the day when I was like 21. And I want to get my master's in theology and philosophy, but it doesn't make any money right now. So I'm doing, like media, visual communications, things like that, and business finance, because I like the stock market.
That's cool though. it's good to be well rounded. That's how we are. I mean, like we do a lot of gigs, like we do videos, commercials, things of that nature for people. But me and him, our niche is, you know, producing, making beats, making music, singing songs. That's what we do normally, you know. But
yeah, well, I remember
we decided to branch out.
Right.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to.
Definitely.
That's how you get your audience all.
Well, then on top of that,
people.
everything is media online now. So
if you're not moving forward, you're going the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If you're stuck in the past, you're never gonna, you know, see your future.
What's up with everybody tonight? Y'all being quiet tonight. They're like, these motherfuckers all fucked up.
Hey, you like that?
They're probably listening. They're probably like, "Whoa, dude."
Oh no, they're used to us. Sometimes we'll sit there and stare at them for like 5 minutes, won't even say nothing. Nah.
It's funny. They're probably trying to figure out this stuff's coming out of our mouths. Well, I like it because nothing looks like it's this conversation to be had.
Right.
Like,
no, I mean,
society, you know,
they get it.
Societies, you know what I mean? Well, your audience, but like society, the masses, you know, like I hate the judging and that still goes on. I can't wait until the baby boomers are out of there.
Well, everybody's offended now, and if you disagree with somebody's opinion and have your own opinion, then they're just offended. People can't respect each other no more.
And it's usually because, you know, I think, I don't know why either, because I don't know one freaking person that does not think some weird thought. They just don't express it because they're afraid of being judged. Right. They don't want, you know. I always kind of try to be a little out there, like up front, to make other people feel comfortable. Well, like let them know, like, it's okay to be weird.
No, I get that.
You know?
That's why I am who I am. Sometimes I get the shit I get because I'm that person that says everything everybody else wants to say but won't say.
Yeah.
Like I could be in front of the preacher and be like, "What the fuck, dude?" And I'm not trying to be mad or mean to him. That's just me. That's how I talk. I'll be like, "Bro, are you for real?" Like, you know,
everybody's human. Right. Yeah, because legit, everyone's human.
Well,
you know, I always say that. I was like, if
everybody's not
God,
the same either, you know.
He knows my heart.
Right, and everybody's different, you know. So you can't expect everybody to act the same, everybody to have the same morals and all of that, you know.
Yeah, that's not until 20 years from now, after we've been living in the
you mean that's after they unplug us from the Matrix.
Oh my God! Oh my God! I had an ego death, okay, like a couple of years ago, and it was like that, and that's when I decided I needed to take geometry because I'm not smart enough to figure it out. But I was everything lifted like a veil.
It's
I was
all
only
zeros
aware.
And ones. The whole world.
It was crazy. It was like the Matrix, but it was crazy. I've never questioned anything I'm just like, whatever. Yes, since then, and I used to question everything to an annoyance level.
No, but you're right. The whole world breaks down into numbers, like literally.
Yeah. Well, I got like the sacred geometric chakras, and that's why it shows that because it's universal. But,
right.
Yeah.
Everything breaks that down to mathematics.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's my major. You know, like I never got out of pre-algebra. I suck at math, but I'm like Rain Man. I can do it. I can look at it but I can't do it with hands.
It's all in your head. Yeah.
If they can do my final, without any hands, like if I then just asking me the questions, then it'll be straight. But I'm nervous about it because I got like a 14 on the exam to get in. But I got honors and everything else, so they let me go through as long as I take tutoring on top of it. But.
Right. I don't know. Go ahead. Speak your mind. I want to know what you think about that situation that you didn't want to talk about it.
See, I'm biting my tongue here because I fall on a different side of the spectrum.
But that's good though, because everybody has their own point of view and people need to speak their point of views. That's kind of the point.
You know what I mean? So I'm sitting here quietly observing the.
All right, how about this? I'll get the harsh part out of the way right off the rip, man. Fuck your point of view. I disagree with you. There.
Do you though?
No, probably not, because I'm real open-minded. But yeah.
I mean, me and you are a little different. You know what I mean? So we can talk about things like this on our daily conversations or whatever.
Right.
But the rest of the world is not. You know what I mean? And
I missed something.
No.
Like I'm the rest of the world. Maybe the rest of the world.
Well, you not necessarily, because I've been listening to your point of views, and you're making sense on the subjects and
making you think a little bit. I'm not trying to change your mind. I'm just trying to. I like your. I like listening to new people's perspective on things, because I like my whole thing was people having their own opinion of what is and what you know what I mean.
Well, what he's
life and how
Go ahead.
No, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say what he's.
No, it's just like.
Oh, my fault. Go ahead. I'm gonna like this.
No,
Finish what you were saying.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead. Go ahead.
But no, what he was trying to explain when he said not like the rest of the world, like he wasn't trying to offend nobody, but like, when we're not online, we're in phone conversations, like we actually sit back and talk about things like this, open-mindedly. He'll give me his opinion, I'll give him my opinion. But just because we don't disagree, I'm not like, fuck you or you're racist or something.
You're not my
like
friend
that.
anymore. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
90% of shit nowadays, if you try to have a different opinion in a serious conversation, most people get offended now, or they get violent or something of that nature. They can't.
Because of that, I think it's because that bully phase that we taught their kids for a while there that turned everybody into pussies.
Well, everything's bullying now. I can say I don't like your shirt because it's red. I think my yellow shirt's better. They're like, you just bullied them. You're like, what? Like, I didn't mean it.
We touched on that on another show.
Yeah, we did talk about
that. I don't understand where it went wrong from our generation to
when you stop being able to whip the kids' ass.
Generation after that. You know what I mean?
Crack epidemic. It was the crack epidemic.
No, that was the early or late 70s, early 80s. So
really?
Yeah.
I think it's because you're not allowed to whip your child's ass.
What about Easy
Easy.
Yeah, I bust my girls when they deserve, but I haven't had to do it maybe but once
down the
each of their lives.
Rabbit hole. I'm just leave it this way. The government whacked his ass.
God,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, I will agree with that.
That shit happened way too quick. And
they invited him. They invited him to the White House twice. And
and then Suge Knight shanked that motherfucker with a syringe too.
And
after
that,
Eazy-E.
he contracted, the AIDS virus.
But it was full blown AIDS to die within
full blown
6
AIDS.
months.
No HIV in between. No nothing.
Why would they do that to that guy? What's your theory on this? Is it just because they were jealous?
No, it's politics. When people from the gutter get into politics, get money and get into politics, and you got a big movement and people following you, they tend to.
What happens if the politics is full of the gutter?
That would be lovely.
Exactly. I'm working on getting on the commissioner's board. I'm like, I want to freaking do that.
I'll fucking support you.
Heck yeah, I'm not, I don't have a clean slate or anything, but I'm a good person.
Right.
And I am, I could do it.
I don't give a fuck who you are. Everybody's got skeletons in their closet, and everybody's did something wrong.
Exactly.
Just not everybody's been caught for
like
some
those
of the things they've did.
Yeah, I like those people. I'm not gonna. Might have had an affair, but I'm not gonna go like kill somebody with a nightstick.
I mean, you'd be surprised what what people got in their backgrounds. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like I'm a preppy guy from the suburbs, and I like street shit. Yeah. I like hood street shit, and I immerse myself into that.
Remember,
knowing that I didn't have to.
And I've just been a perfect angel my whole life, so I'm just.
Why did I do that?
Yeah.
He's weird.
Because growing up a certain way, I did not get to experience
so you just
that half of life.
I thought you were gonna say. I thought the reason was gonna be something different.
Like what?
Like the majority. I thought maybe like the majority of your friends or something like that. Maybe that's like where, the world, like you had to hang out in. You were forced to.
All my friends are as preppy as I am. Like my friends. My friends I grew up with are as preppy as I am. When I met him.
You grew up in a nice area?
is when, you know, everything
don't
went.
even start this. I turned you out.
No, it ain't even nothing like that. It ain't nothing like that. But, you know, I mean,
sounds so wrong.
Well, there was a generation, you know, doing music before us, and like you said, you know, me and him are very music oriented, and the generation above us, you know, I seen how they were living and what they were doing, and I wanted to get my fingers into that and, you know, see what that half lives like. Right. You know what I mean? I didn't have to, you know, I could have stayed in the suburbs and, you know, went on to.
Are you saying you did all that shit because you wanted to experience?
Yes.
You's a stupid motherfucker to ever want
right,
to be.
I was gonna say.
I'm not saying by anybody else's personal preference, but I know everything that we've been through, and a lot of people know a lot of shit we've been through, but I know shit that people don't know, and I'm like, why the fuck would you do that just to experience it? Like, what kind of Riri does that? But I get it.
Rebellion. Rebellion.
But I can get it in an educational way too, because I like to learn all things. If it's something that interests me.
Well, it made me a very well-rounded person.
So was you undercover in the hood?
I feel, you know, you could actually write a grant proposal about this and get you know, like sort of like a thingy, like a doctorate, and you wouldn't even realize, and you wouldn't have to go to school just because of the social experiment that it was.
Man,
like
I said,
I went through the war of the 90s. I got PTSD.
I got PTSD too.
PTSD,
I mean, seriously, 90s was a war zone.
Yeah, it was.
Like seriously, if I hear bass coming down the street,
you had to look,
and I'm walking,
like no,
it kind of creeps me out and makes me, you know, watch the situation and watch how it's going to play out.
That's good,
are they going to slow down?
No, yeah, I get it. I carried a gun all through the 90s.
I'm scared to death.
You know that. Everybody knows that. People still think I'm fucking strapped up in the car, but I'm not.
I'm gonna get one.
My girl.
I'm gonna get one of those things to get one. Yeah, it's exactly. Because I'm about to get one. I've been looking. I got the decal thing, and then I want to start doing zip.
Or you playing basketball at the court, and the system comes slamming.
Yeah. See. All right. Yeah. That's a thing.
Yeah.
You know, I played a lot of basketball in the 90s.
Yeah, flashbacks and shit as PTSD kicked in.
You know, I'd be on the court, you know, I mean, you hear that bass coming down the street and you're like, oh shit. I know instinctually something bad is about to happen.
It was legit, like above the rim.
Yeah.
Like movies.
Like all the gangster dudes would get out the car, come on the court, whoop everybody's ass on the court, get back in their car, and drive off.
I always stayed.
That happened on a regular.
I always stayed in the car, so you're lying. I never got out. I was driving.
I was always the one getting out of it.
No, I mean,
I'm like,
but that happened. That scenario happened a lot. A lot.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like,
I'm sorry that happened to you, but get over it. No.
Oh, but I mean,
hey, no, but you lived. That's gangster. That's hardcore.
Yeah, I did, you know, but that experience taught me to watch everybody and not trust anything.
But that's a good
advice
thing.
You can get.
But that's a good thing, though, to learn to, like, we was talking about that the other day, to know somebody's body movement, to know the way somebody looks, the way they're acting, whether you know that person or not, but you can tell. That's one thing you will get from, like, going to jail or living in poverty. You will learn how to read people. Like,
it's scary though. So I don't want to leave the house.
But the scary thing is, you got preppy motherfuckers that's never been through that shit, and they get taken advantage of all day because they don't.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's why I did it. That's why I did it.
Does it mess the psychology part of it?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But look,
people from poverty are way more mental strong. That's a given.
I could have stayed in the suburbs. I could have done everything my parents asked me to do. I could have, you know, mapped out my whole future and, you know, which, you know, I'm looking at it now. Yeah, I should have done, you know, a lot of that shit, you know, but I was hard-headed at the time, and, you know, I was young, and I was rebellious. And
I think I did the same thing, just not on the streets like that. Not in your, you know, but
I immersed myself in the other side, and I seen
he was soft.
I'm still soft.
Tissue paper soft.
I'm not paper soft, but you know, I mean, we've been through some stuff. Me and him, you know, we've been through some stuff, and it made me a more aware person, and it made me appreciate everything that I had and have, and
the soul progression occurred.
Yeah. So everything you learned from the experience, would you say it was worth the knowledge you learned?
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah.
Because if
I have a bunch of suburb white kids running to the ghetto now.
Yeah, don't do that. Gosh. Don't do that.
Oh.
But
if you guys see my daughter there, let me know.
No, look. If I would have stayed in the suburbs and never seen how, you know, the other half lives, and
you'd have been gullible.
I never experienced that, I would be living under a rock right now.
You'd be more
because I wouldn't know,
and you'd be more.
I wouldn't know,
and you'd be more gullible, probably. Like
and you're humble. You're more humble.
Ain't nothing humble.
So you're just more self-aware all around. It was a good experience. You have me convinced now. You changed my mind.
Well, I disagree with you because I lived this experience. So I just, it wasn't worth the knowledge. Yes. I mean, I don't think I have much of a different route or choice, but I don't dwell on that shit because everything I've been through, I wouldn't take it back. It made me who I am. But I definitely do think people, all right, put it this way. I think street smarts are lightweight more smarter than book smarts.
That's why I'm going to be a millionaire this time next year.
Hey, we all trying to get there.
I'm gonna sign her.
My best marketing girl was, used to be street. I like to hire people with a past like that because they will sell the shit out of everything.
If you take a person that read a fucking book in school to learn how to sell a car, right? And then you took the motherfucker that did the same amount of years in the street selling dope or whatever it was, you put them both on that same car lot, that dude that used to sell dope is going to get way more sales.
It's funny because
of the psychological part, the talking and rapping part, all that.
The dancing.
Yeah, everything. They don't care. They lay it all on the line. Like.
That's it, too. They don't take no because they need that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that should be. So the cops, okay, we got like this assessment thing going. The cops need to be more, like, these are training, and the salesmen from car dealerships should be hired from ex-felons possibly.
And I'm taking
a rehabilitation program.
On a side note, I'm taking Dre to court for workman's comp because I got a splinter in my finger at work tonight.
I'm sick of you. I'm sick
That's okay, I know. HR law, that's my thing. One of them.
I'll hit you up after the show because he owes me for my suffering.
What did you get a paper cut on?
It's not.
He had a splinter. And he's crying about it.
He had me videoing this commercial and doing backflips off of wooden stages and stuff.
You're doing backflips? How old are you?
I'm only 21.
Don't listen to him.
That was my 21st birthday tonight.
No, I'm 41.
I had to do a skincare line, and I'm 40. So I turned 40 today.
And I'm older than both of you.
We know, Dirt.
Well, you don't look.
I mean,
that's because you grew up on the streets. Your soul's hardened. I'm just teasing you like that, dick.
Dre ain't got no soul.
I don't have a soul.
He's got soul, but he ain't got no soul.
Oh, that's clever. That's like your tagline now. Dre, the man without a soul.
Don't listen to him.
Too much soul.
Bro. We should do your album and call it Dre. Or we'll call it The Man with the Soul Without a Soul or something like that.
The man, I'm
done with you.
The man with the soulless soul. Oh, that's great. Can I be on the album?
I'm done with both of y'all.
This is entrepreneur shit here.
Oh, yeah, this is networking and like good, great.
Right.
No outsourcing. Yep. I got this.
All right. Back to the police thing. All right, you guys wanted my opinion on that. And
we didn't get it.
No, you didn't. Because I was leading up to that, you know, with I grew up in the 90s and I, you know, went and seen what the streets was like and, you know, this and that, you know, but if I didn't get that experience that I got from, you know, going and doing what I did, I would not know how to talk to or react to cops, you know, when I get put in a situation.
And I think that, you know, you probably handle inmates well also, you know, like how many times have you helped certain people that don't, you know, like cops, you know, it's like, no, it's okay. Just talk to them like this. You know what I mean?
See,
I've seen both sides of them.
See, I fall into a bad category because I speak to cops the way they speak to me.
I'm very immature. Like I have a mouth, and
I'm not immature, but you're not going to talk to me and disrespect me for no reason.
I give him
I think every right to feel that way.
He can talk his way out of a situation with the police, but he's had his moments where he almost talked us all into jail because he won't shut
you should be a negotiator.
I have to.
Oh yeah, I'm very good at, you know,
mediating or
articulating what I need to say, you know, and
that's good.
But
that's very good.
You know, if you're being disrespectful with me first, I'm going to be disrespectful to you, you know, and
I feel that I treat people accordingly, I think.
Okay, I was going to say that. Now, that's a motto I live by. I treat people how they treat me. Some people take it offensive. Yeah. But, like, some people talk to me.
You don't like
me,
usually you don't like yourself.
Some people look at me and talk to me and just think of because of how I look, they can send them subliminal shots to me and talk all smart. And I'm like, bro, I'm not fucking retarded. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I call people on their shit. And then they get all defensive. And I'm like, well, if you're going to talk to me like that, I'm going to talk to you like that.
Being underestimated has made me so much money because they don't think that I have a brain. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I wanted to get fake boobs because I thought it would be good for that purpose.
You ain't
because
got no
it's
boobies?
Just another thing for some. I freaking have 3 kids. No, I mean, you know, I'm 4'8".
That don't mean shit.
It's fine, but you know, it's not. It could make me a lot more money if I got underestimated more. Like,
I mean, but evidently you got
you're objectifying yourself.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm an asshole that can handle it. That's why
you're objectifying yourself. For what reason?
I don't get that. I treated that way because I don't. I have never been, unless it's by a low life. Like I have been like like corporate world, things like that work. No.
Well, that's good though, especially as a woman, like so.
Well, yeah, but it sucks because I don't like those people, and so like the people that like I'm true to my roots and I don't fit in with. They kind of think I'm like
the outcast, the oddball, or whatever.
Yeah, and it's just because I use bigger words and stuff, but that's what I have to use all the time. I don't like being in that position. You know, that's why I want to like unwind. But then I made a couple of my friends, you know, like my friend PJ, I'm like, or he's my cousin. I'm like, just promise me, you know, that it's me. Like, because I don't like the people that I'm around.
Right.
I don't agree with their, you know, most of their, you know, ways of thinking or what's okay and what's just, you know.
But yeah, you still do what you do and deal with it though. See, that's grown, that's business, that's respecting others' opinions or things of that
nature. Just like to. Yeah, I don't want to work for very long. You know, I'm planning on being retired when I graduate.
Right.
You know, investment.
No, you got goals. Most people don't even have goals like that, short or long.
You know, I didn't though up until just recently. You know, I'm going through a divorce, and I've been a stay-at-home mom and relied on my husband like for 15 years. Right. Now I'm like, what the heck, you know? But I want to be able to take care of. I mean, I've got 3 kids, but my youngest, Stella, she's still.
I remember when I had 3 kids. That was cute.
You don't have 3 kids. I have. How old is your oldest?
23.
Mine's 19. Yeah, she's awesome and smart. Self-motivated.
Look. I got.
Holy shit! Shut up.
He ain't lying.
You're like John.
He ain't lying.
I rag on John a lot for that. I've got 3, and my 15-year-old, I don't really like her a whole lot right now. I cannot wait until this age.
You'll have that. I got a 19-year-old that I clash with all the time, but I do.
She's just like I was. Yeah.
I realize though his intellect in him is me, so that's why we clash.
Exactly. That's why I decided it was time for her to go and get her father a little bit better.
Right.
No, we both did because she was gonna hate me. She already doesn't. I didn't. I know this is so messed up to say, but it's real. When she moved out, it was like 2 weeks. I was going through like albums or something, and I never noticed that she was cute because I'm like, oh my gosh, I bet you this is why we don't get on. She has never really seen me. I've never gotten to be myself around her. I'm always in this role, because because she tests me on everything. She's not, so it's constant arguing, and it breaks my heart though, because like I hope that we get the chance to get to know each other,
right.
Because she hates the world and everything in it, but she doesn't know how to define it. And I have all the respect in the world for, opinions and her believing what she wants to, if she can back it factually and is respectful, to people that, do happen to, don't just hate something because it's a fad. Yeah. They don't like the truth either.
That's what I was going to say. A lot of people miss out on a lot of knowledge nowadays because when somebody tries to correct something, like, I was always taught to listen, give my opinion, or if I didn't believe it, go check up on it myself, get my own opinion. Nowadays, like I try to explain it to people in layman's terms, I'll be like, if you tell somebody that's walking by their shoes untied and you're like, hey, your shoes untied. You know what I'm saying? Most people will be like, what are you saying? I'm a fucking Riri. I don't know how to tie my shoe. And I'm like, no, I'm telling you so you don't trip or fall. Like most people.
Yeah, I'm looking out for you.
Right.
Yeah, they don't know human kindness anymore. And I say that all the time. Like I don't know, the past like year and a half, I felt literally like just despair and just and I'm not like that, And it's just like this world of energy that is just blooming over people. Yeah, they don't know how, it's like treat others how you want to be treated, and I don't understand why that's so hard to do. I don't know why it's so hard to be nice to people. And I get mad, and then I find myself, like really fighting like the Kim in me, from, to like stay mature and stay, and calm about it. And I think, I've grown a lot because of it, but oh my God, I just want to like throat check someone, just like, oh my God, you have no idea how
sometimes when I realize
I'm trying to make myself right with Jesus,
Sometimes when I try to, change somebody's outlook on something they're talking about and they're just not getting it, I just get to the point to where I've learned instead of to react or get defensive, because nowadays when you try to debate, they call it getting mad or defensive. It's not debating no more. But I've learned to I just tend to let them talk, and I'm like, yep, you're right.
That's what I realized that I was actually growing, is when I was able to just be like, all right, if you believe that, you won't eventually, but it's not my place to teach you it. You have to learn it. So, and I've been able to walk away from it, and like, there's actually a major, I can't remember what it's called, but now in school that focuses on that, which is like, okay, how to communicate friendly fire kind of type, stuff like negotiation when fighting nicely. Because I was looking into the debate team, and I came across that, and I'm like, oh my God, it's a freaking major of arguing, like, but nice words and phrases.
I want to join
that's so like.
We should make a uncut debate league. So you could be on there like the motherfucking, proclamation of the situation, cussing and all, uncut.
You can do that. It'll it'll be subscription. You know what I mean? But you can do that for sure.
Set up
like pay-per-view.
It's kind of like this show. I mean, like me and him butt heads sometimes, and
that's because you're a butthead.
Well, you're a butthead. But that's besides the point, though. But I mean, opinions are opinions, and everybody has one. And but this show is uncut and unfiltered, and we say, what we say most of the time. Most of the time. We have to tiptoe around certain situations and, certain subjects and stuff.
Yeah, I learned to do that business-wise because I do so much business now, but that took me a while to learn because I used to be like, you know what, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? But now that I got older and more grown, I kind of learned, like, even though I was speaking my mind and being energetic about it, in a nutshell, I should have been, going about it a different way, maybe being like I do now, like, okay, that's how you feel, but this is how I feel, and I can respect that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot less energy that way too. It's not so draining as getting so emotional in it because somebody don't think the way you think. You see how dumb that sounds in a nutshell, though?
You can't get mad. Yeah, you can't get mad at people for being who they are. I have a lot of asshole friends, and I'm like, I can't hate you or not like you because you're an asshole, because it's just asshole by nature.
I mean, I've
like,
actually,
as long as you own it and you're not going out of your way, and
right.
that's
Like, I feel as if
a lot of people,
if you think a certain way, own that shit then. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's what
it could be a person that agrees with me just because he wants to be cool with me. But the dude across the room that I can see is passionate about what he believes in, even though I disagree with it. If I see he's passionate, I'd rather kick it with that dude, even though we disagree, than kick it with the dude next to me agreeing just to agree.
Which is why
remind me to get your email after the show. I want I'm gonna send you my book that I wrote when I was 21. I think you'll dig it because it's kind of neat, because it's kind of going on now, and I was not into thinking, I guess, back then.
Consciously or whatever.
I didn't know it was like a conspiracy theory. I didn't think like that.
Right.
I was a cheerleader and not, from the streets of, Compton.
And then you turned
in case you couldn't tell.
You turned
up. I mean, we're not from the streets of Compton either.
I know. I don't know. I'm just
Compton,
real,
Ohio.
and I know my mouth, so I can bring it. Like, I can defend. I'm not scared to get hit, and I know I'm ready.
Ones, it's like firecrackers.
No, somebody taught me how to fight. Like, Downey, the guy. He taught me how to fight when I was like 20, and I went on a power trip for a minute. There's whooping asses.
She said after that it was on. I was turned up.
Right.
Yeah, so cool, man. Like, once I used to use people's weight against them, oh man, I was like, and then I was like big tough stuff after my first one, right? And I went to the bar the next night in like a red shirt with a do-rag tied in the front. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Oh, she was straight gangster.
I was like, what? Like, come try me. Like, yeah. I know, it's so funny now. I look back on it, I'd be like, oh my god, look at this fish.
But you live and you learn. That's the point of it, though.
Yeah.
So,
this just makes me laugh.
and if you take something good out of any experience you had in life, like, that's how I kind of look at things. Anything I did in life, good or bad, I try to look at the positive thing I got from it, if that makes sense.
You have to. And exactly, you have to. Otherwise, it's kind of hard to accept things. It's a way of healing, too, also.
Right.
Justification.
Why do I picture her just running up in there like, what's happening? With her little
That's funny.
Oh shit. Wrong song comes on, she's jumping on top of somebody like, why'd you look at me?
You have no idea. Nobody ever wanted to go out with me. And still, they're like, and I'm like, it's been so long. I get asked to leave now. I don't get carried out.
We've been through them moments to an extent.
We've been through too many of them moments to an extent.
It's so embarrassing sometimes, like, bitch is a hard reputation to live down.
See, all right, up there. It wasn't so much that we were trying to be tough.
Right.
It's that
we were the
other people seen us as the target.
Right.
Because you're alpha. That's why everybody tried to fight with me. Because I'm 4'9", and all these girls just like stop. Like, I'm like, I just want to be friends. Hi.
But
and then you get that one that's just like, you gotta stare. And then the one that's drunk and thinks everyone is mean mugging them. My brother-in-law was like
but
that.
I get that whole point you said about having to live up to that. Kind of like nowadays, like, I get what you say but that's where we was on the one show where I say some people grow up, some people just grow older. I'm grown now. Most people know who I am around here, whether it's good or bad, you know what I'm saying? But like when we're out doing our video shoots or commercials, actually working our business, people are looking at me like, is that used to, and what the fuck? What is he doing? Like, and then, but
I'm like,
that's growing though. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That's growing up. That's being grown. Like that's progression.
And usually the people now, that will do something like that, they're haters. They're
Or
jealous
they just
because,
never grew
they're.
up. They're still stuck in that young mind state and they ain't got shit to lose. Like, don't get it twisted.
I hate that.
I don't care if I'm working or what I'm doing in life. I'm gonna be proper. But when it comes to defending me or things of that nature, I can turn into that person. So
Yeah, you gotta conform in some ways, but you gotta respect for yourself too.
yeah, at the same time. And you gotta value what you got. Like I try to always tell people, money's not value. I can give two fucks about money. I'm more worried about my family, what I can build, what I can leave, things of that nature, but I ain't gonna get
I'm going through a
that.
hard time with that.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to be 40 and forging for nuts. You know what I mean? Like I thought, I was married for a long time. I don't know how, like what I'm doing here, but I have my daughter and my other, they're growing, they're doing their thing. And this is, I don't know. I feel like, every sitcom mom on like TV when the kids go to college, and, like,
Right. Midlife.
I'm noticing a trend here with our generation, and we don't seem to be able to pick up and get going until we hit about this stage, and I don't know why that is though.
Men, like it's a lot more men than it is women though.
Yeah.
What I watched this documentary on this guy that was in prison, and he came up with this thing that you're not supposed to stop dreaming ever, because when you're young, you think, okay, I'm gonna grow up, I'm gonna go to school, I'm gonna buy a house, and I'm gonna have a family, and then that's kind of where you stop. And then that's usually where people plateau in life, is because they set that subliminal limitation there,
right?
Where like, so if you sit there and you're like, okay, I'm gonna be this and I'm gonna be that, and you keep going with it, you don't plateau.
Right.
I think we're expecting, to peak at whatever age, and that's but I'm getting hit up with by like these 20-year-olds and stuff, and I'm like, oh man, but I'm a mom and of a 20, so I'm like, I can't, I just,
right.
I don't get away with it, but sometimes I'm finding out like, it's too late a little bit.
I don't know. I don't think it's never too late for nothing.
Well, I mean, like, okay, I should have known you were 24 like 3 hours ago.
Right. Hey, but
that's funny.
Hey, but think of it this way: when you go to the car lot, do you want the car that's got the least miles or the most?
They're dumb, though. Like I can't.
So you feel like a predator?
I feel like a mom. Yeah, kind of. It does kind of feel like that, but I feel like, here, take the, like you got to tell them how to take care of themselves. Like they're still learning.
You got to wash behind your ears too, there, buddy.
Right, and then you've got the older ones that are suitable, like, but then that want an independent woman, but they don't really. A lot of guys don't know their role when they're not Captain Save-A-Ho.
When they're not bopping around.
Yeah, like when the person could take care of themselves, they kind of feel like
they don't.
Well, what am I doing here?
So they feel undermined or so.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly. Especially when I do like the stock market.
She says she come up in there, put her own jeans on, and tighten up her own belt.
Right.
And cook the bacon, do all the shit and things, and they, are just like, oh God, what am I doing? What am I supposed to do? Look at my wiener.
Okay, it's none of my business. Do they at least have control in the bed?
I haven't, I'm still fresh out the forest.
Did the husband?
Did the husband what?
Have control, or was you the dominant one?
I don't think that counts.
No, I was saying no because.
No, I mean because it was. I don't know.
Because I would think your personality-wise, if you're dominant, okay, maybe that relationship made you more dominant. And maybe that's why...
Yeah, I'm like the Black Widow.
You're scaring them. They're like, oh, shit. Like you said, what?
No, I had a guy tell me they didn't know whether or not to run from me or give me his business card.
What the fuck?
I was like, it's because I don't match. I was like, so what comes out of my mouth is not matching.
Well,
close your eyes, you'll give me your business card.
Minus the people that know us, me and him were the same way. They expect what comes out my mouth to come out his mouth and vice versa.
That is funny. I didn't even notice that.
Like,
but yeah.
Like I mean, you hear the way me and him talk, and
we would be quite the interesting over dinner conversation over here and to look at.
Yeah, like it shocks people.
Yeah.
Like
and they don't know how to take us, and
because he's the one that comes up and he's like, he's like, "Hi guys," and I'm the one that's like, "What the fuck's going on over here?"
And I got like a jump rope, like that I'm ready to with a thing at the bottom of it, ready to grab somebody by the break their kneecap. And then they're too busy looking at him.
Fucked up.
That's that's true though.
Yeah.
And we get into some odd situations, with that.
Yeah.
And it's comical, because we'll brush it off and go with it, and people just look at us like we're crazy.
We should do a live, like a vlog, and go out like on the city during the day, the three of us.
Just walking around,
social experiment. Just get people's reactions.
No, they're gonna look at us all fucked up. Especially if we stop and start talking to people. That's the point. We need a fourth person with us, so when we walk up, that fourth person
we need a Chinese person.
Be like, stereotype these three people before we even talk. Let them.
We'll look like we got paid to hang out.
Right.
That's what it would look at.
It looked like Ed and Eddie.
That's why it'd be great. Yeah. That'd be good. I think it'd be real good. You guys can help me forge for nuts.
Oh shit. Oh.
Like you got two over 6 feet tall giants and you.
I know.
That trips me out because I look at myself and I'm like, I'm little, dude. I'm a little dude.
I still.
You're only a few inches shorter than me, so.
That does. I think it's easier to fight a bigger person.
Oh yeah.
And a smaller person.
Smaller people are quick.
We're quick. Yeah, they're quick.
Like I always say, one of the people that hit me hardest in my life was about half my size. He sucked me so hard I had to step back and rethink it for a couple seconds. I was a little woozy.
Oh man, I hate that sound.
Yeah, got a little tunnel vision. I'm like, ooh, that little motherfucker hit me hard. He ain't dropped me, but he made me rethink my stance.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to fight this little motherfucker.
Yeah.
We are all over the place in this conversation.
That's all right, though. That's how we do it. Graveyard shift.
Yeah.
Every Friday at 12 a.m.
You drink.
Right. They know what the fuck we're not talking about anyway. That's why they're in here.
Well, I mean, we're always talking about something. So, I mean, it works out.
Does it bother you to not have order?
Sometimes.
I get it. I get it. Yeah, I get it. It's like an itchy sweater.
Too, but see, that's the greatness about this show. We'll have 3 subjects, and each one of them subjects will branch off to different random shit. So
we get way off subject all the time.
When do we get to have like the pregnant ladies with the fat babies? Like more, like that could be a subject.
I got a pregnant lady in the other room.
Oh, I wasn't. No, I meant like on Maury.
Oh.
I wasn't. Talking about.
She said, "Special guest today."
Right.
No, I get it though.
That's fine. I'm dropping them. My dog's growling at me.
I don't know. I just think on the police subject, we'll never get nothing like you said. They're always gonna dictate, and they're always gonna.
I think that we should get one on the line.
Did you see the comment?
I just seen it.
I don't get to see him. What does it say? I don't get to see him.
Oh my God. He's so stupid.
Oh, Beans, you crazy. He said,
"Man's is stupid."
He said she hand out juice boxes.
It's funny because my raver name was Pedialyte.
I'm done.
I jerked my headphones out and
on that note.
That's funny.
Oh, that shit had me laughing so hard I jerked my headphone jack out.
I keep doing that. See, and I used to, be like, when I would, because I can spin, while you.
It's Kimmy D, aka Juice Box Lady.
The juice box hero.
Yeah. I can't believe he said that shit.
Juice
Yeah, he's stupid.
Dude, there's my theme song. Make that up for me. The juice box.
We still gotta do a theme song.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it. I need to do one. I don't have the time to. I don't know. I freaking it'll be stupid. It'll be. It'll get done like next Tuesday of 2000.
Are we just not gonna touch religious opinions, or is everybody afraid?
Yeah, I've been kind of not wanting to. That's why I've been quiet. You know, I've been trying to.
I just put it out there right now. I am God. Whether you believe it or not is your choice.
We all are. My whole soap thing is divinity. It's within self-awareness. You know, we create our own reality, and it's easier for us to believe in something faith-wise can manifest greatness rather than we can do it ourselves.
Right. It's like reassurance.
Yes, exactly. That's why, you know, people like myself, people believe in that.
No.
Yeah, people in the comments going blasphemy.
They're not
educated.
Feliz Navidad, all that shit.
This thing here is an unfinished Metatron. Okay, but everybody thinks I'm a gay witch or a Satanist. Metatron. Yes. But I left it like that because the guy that gave me the tattoo was freaking out, thinking, you know, it was bad. And then everybody thinks that like I'm a gay witch or a Satanist, and I'm like, at first I explained it, but then now I'm like, okay, I'm not going to explain something that I'm not just because you fail to educate yourself. You know, like placement, everything's up. It's an unfinished Metatron. You know, it represents the crown chakra, and you know, all in the sacred geometrics, like all this in there. Just, you know, the devil, like go to fucking hell.
Some people just don't have that type of knowledge.
That's why it's still there. I don't say, you know, go to hell, but that's why it's still there. And it was really funny when I was working, you know, for Ohio Village, and I was, you know, so it's government, and here I am. I could have, and I'm ordained because I wanted to do like a been there, done that, like spiritual counseling type thing. So, but I'm universally, like I believe in. And okay, so I could have like eaten a goat and, you know, tripped on mushrooms and smoked, you know, and done all these things. I'm sitting on my desk, and they really couldn't have done anything about it. And it was kind of, you know, I think how I went to work when I did, because like I said, that place killed me. Every time I could go home in evenings, and you know, I grew up with a lot of people that I hung out there, you know, and so it was just.
Who hasn't?
Horrible. Yeah, and that, and you know, this is humbling. I've been there, done. Oh, fidelity. Oh, isn't that Jesus right there telling me?
You're right, Beans. You're definitely right, Beans. I didn't have my mind made up on that subject yet, but just to go back to it, I agree.
That's not fair because I can't see what Bean's saying.
If you had another device to go on YouTube, you could see the comments on the live.
Yeah.
I do. I got a freaking $2,500 MacBook, but it won't hold charge because it's a freaking MacBook.
Yeah, you'll have that. Sometimes it's a MacBook.
Yeah, that's how they get you. We had a show about that too.
I have to clean it or something because it's using a stupid amount of battery time, and
all right,
I never get it charged.
I got a question for you.
Uh-oh.
What don't you do? Tell us about your business and what you're trying to do. And
it was an anchor because I just feel like I have things to say that are profound and people should hear.
She said they're profound and people should hear them. I like this already. Are they provocative and profound, or just profound? Is it like, is it intellectually speaking, or is it just straight?
I used to write grant proposals and stuff for just like extra money and like for fun. I write essays after I read. You know, I'm a nerd, so it's like I like doing stuff like that. And then, but in doing so, I was, you know, I'm also crazy. I'm a crazy nerd. So I was on disability for a period of time, and the medicine that they had me on just made me, you know, I was lazy. I didn't do anything like this. I was at home for like 10 years.
Right.
And in doing so, you know, I got certified in a lot of things that you normally wouldn't get, or no, certified in, let alone know existed. You know what I mean? I read a lot. I've always been, you know, kind of smart, I guess, but lazy. So you know.
Right.
And then, so I didn't realize though, you know, how many things I knew how to do until LinkedIn really, but.
So a lot of time on your hands and.
Yeah, and then okay with the soap thing, like this with all that, that's something that I personally, because okay, back to the faith thing. At the time that I needed to find faith, and I wasn't able to, you know, find it within, it wasn't there, I wasn't strong enough.
So
and
you needed something to boost your.
So I needed
confidence.
something, yeah, and it was easy, and that's why I think kids, you know, that we should teach it to children, because it was easier for me to identify and recognize and you know.
No, see, I don't knock
my emotions when it dealt with color.
I don't knock
as opposed
religion
to
or anybody's opinion of it. I just have my own opinions of it.
The only reason there's geometrics in them is because the chakras are the only thing that exists in everything, you know. But I put geometrics in it because it was universal, and I thought it was ironic,
right?
You know that I, you know. But then,
oh man said he need a couple juice boxes.
Stupid.
He said he ain't got no filter. He ain't got no filter. He just like
he needs laid. That's what's going
on. Oh shit.
I'm foraging for nuts, not beans.
Right.
Do I know beans?
Our comments are
I don't
hilarious
know.
Sometimes.
Yeah, the comments.
Well, I'm gonna see my MacBook's freaking doing anything. I can't plug it. I'm grabbing on this whole thing of fudge mint cookies. I'm sorry. I love.
I'm about to
cook food.
I'm debating on.
What?
Oh, she stole my fucking octopus edible, bitch.
You'll be all right over there.
No.
No.
That's all right though. I can do this because it's legal. I'm from the store.
I know. That's fun. It's fun.
It's so fun.
It is.
It feels weird though. It's a little weird. I ain't gonna lie.
I've been raising Stella, you know, like because she hasn't been alive when it hasn't been legal.
She was dead.
No, but she wasn't.
I'm like, how wasn't she alive?
Or she doesn't remember a time, I should say. You know? So like, I'm not like cheating with her, you know, or anything like that when I'm on the couch or something like that. I still go, like, I do cigarettes, Wade, but like, she knows that it's mommy's medicine. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which is so weird because I remember a time like with my oldest, you know, where it was like, kind of dead.
These crawlers, oh boy.
Oh, man.
I think I don't want the berry ones because there's a choice of watermelon. And I like watermelon. It's my favorite.
I like bubble yum. I did my bong. I painted it last night and dumped it with epoxy resin, and then I just sprayed the heck out of it with this acrylic coating.
Right.
I'm excited. Excuse me. I'm regurgitating.
Like a birdie.
Like a bird. You look like one.
You are a goofball, my guy. You are a goofball. That was extra. That was extra.
They're only 600 milligrams. I'll be fine.
Oh my gosh, that's good. That's good. You look like you were mainlining.
Right. Straight to the brain.
You were extra.
Oh.
When am I not? And it's your fault anyway. You woke me up tonight.
I woke you up?
Yeah, giving me them shots of goose.
Oh my God. I can't wake up to liquor. That's what he said.
All right, so
I ain't even got a hat on my bald head on this show tonight.
We're slowing to a crawl, so let's hit a subject.
There he goes with his OCD.
Oh, I was gonna say I thought that was we were okay.
It's not OCD. It's just I like to keep moving and
I thought it was over.
Fluctuating.
Hold on, I almost choked on it. But
that's what you
that was karma for what I was about to say. I told you I am God. That's my opinion. Like she said, everybody is their own God.
Fair enough.
It's like the reality.
I think it's within. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's why I try not to believe in the ugly hell and the ugly heaven and stuff like that. Because, like, I think you go wherever you believe.
Yeah, minus
like
all the suppression and depression and oppression and communism and things of that nature, you have control over what the fuck you want to do with your life. Now, yes, is there consequences of some things you do? Yes, but that's a choice. Life's about choices. You know what I'm saying?
Consequences, I think people always refer to it as, or think of it as being a negative.
Yeah, and it could be good or bad.
Exactly.
But when it comes as like that higher power thing, to me, it's just, I have my opinions on that. And
all right, here's my opinion on, you know, religious belief.
Do you think I'm God?
If you think you're God, you're God.
Thank
but
you. I like that.
But here's my personal opinion.
Self-doubt ruins everything.
Most religions have the same underlying message to them,
but just told to
fit
their narrative of their culture.
The big picture is, did you get that message?
Right, but it's the same
people's
message.
perceptions of it's different.
Yeah, it's the same message. They just twist it to their culture a little bit.
Did you get the message?
Then how come people don't accept it all that way?
Some, like, kind of like when you're trying to teach somebody something like divide and conquer nowadays. Like, if you say, hey, I don't think it's about race, they do that to divide us so we don't see what they're changing.
And that's what religion does too. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? There's countries that have been fighting wars forever over religion.
Right.
Over somebody's personal belief.
And Christians were the biggest pack of murderers that forced religion on anybody.
There's so many religious people are so much more judgmental than.
Yeah, and you're not supposed to be judged.
Nine times out of 10, that those are the most judgmental people.
And it says, God says, thou shalt not judge. I don't get that. That's some hypocritical shit.
Does it say thou shalt not judge? Is that?
It's somewhere down the
I know.
Lost in translation.
If you really look at it bottom, and there's little print in the bottom of the script that says I'm God too.
Did you ever come across the parody religions like the spaghetti monster?
Yeah, I've seen it and I'm familiar with it.
What the fuck are you
I
talking
liked
about?
that became it was meant to be a social experiment amongst college students, and it did exactly that. Like, they wanted to see how easy it was, you know. And it did the opposite of what, like, you know, it's supposed to do. But they have like the thou, I really wish you wouldn't, instead of the 10 Commandments, you know. And it's like, I really wish you wouldn't, like, confess to me, you know, like all your own things, you know.
Yeah,
it's funny.
It's funny, but
I like it.
It's stuck with people.
And it's now like one of the biggest, it has the biggest like followings, and it was to be the complete opposite. But even like the basis of it was written, wasn't it like a drunk sailor or something? You know what I mean? Like a pirate. Like it was, it was like something. It was meant to be ironic.
It was so out there and bizarre, but people went with it
because so many people out there don't fit in with anything else, and they that does make sense, you know. I mean, because you see the silliness, you see, you know, how it is. So why wouldn't you? I think, I don't know. I was, you know, under some hallucinogens a couple years ago, and I put a colander on my head with my cousin and sat there and prayed with it, because, you know, it's like all ramen, you know, like it's all noodle Korean.
I thought you was talking about ramen noodles. I'm like, she talking about ramen noodles?
Yeah, well, you know, instead of amen, it's like ramen.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Look it up. Look it up and read
it. Look it up. It's bizarre.
I don't need that type of negativity in my life.
No, it's positive. You would like it, I think.
See, all right. Here's my
ramen, motherfuckers.
Here's my
ramen.
Here's my thing with, you know, religion. You know what I mean? I don't like things shoved upon me. No. You know, and
it should be choice, right?
You know, with the Christian religion, you know, speaking on that, you know, a lot of that gets shoved on you. And, you know, I read a good chunk of the Bible, and
I read
it reads like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. You know what? Yes.
It reads like Lord of the Rings. Yes. You know what I mean? Like it reads like a science fiction novel.
Right.
If you didn't know, I've always said, if you didn't know what it was you're being handed and you read it, it'd be one of the greatest stories ever.
Yeah, it'd be a good story. You know, it'd be a series.
I like it I like it from, and I'm not a God fan.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I respect it, but I just, and I like it from back to front. And when I was in jail, I would go from back to front. I used to go with like,
Blew my own mind.
a specific feeling. I go all over the place. So like, but when like you look at it, because it's like, oh, I'm feeling this way. Go, it's in the back, and then feeling this way. Go to Matthew, and then it makes sense.
Right.
Then it's like, oh, that's what But
it's
reading
in
it
combination.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but reading it straight through.
Yeah.
It reads like a.
If you read the student
like
Bible, it's even better because they break it down in
Have you ever
layman's
read
terms
Dante's
off to the side. Inferno.
The Divine Comedy. Yeah, have you read that? A friend of mine was in the military, and he brought that back from his ventures or whatever, and it was legit, and it was badass though. But I didn't understand half of it because in Italian.
Right.
And then, but he would happen to be playing a video game. That was what prompted the book. But I liked that. Like I don't know. I liked it, and
I look at religion as another type of power, another type of control to control the masses.
Oh, for sure. I am obsessed with cults. Yeah, and I think
so
it's awesome
I look at it like, so I got
how people can conform.
Yeah.
We wouldn't obviously, I mean, it'd probably
right
a little
from
bit of
wrong,
cocaine or
all that
THC,
shit,
something,
right?
Rupees to get me, to like conform to something.
But see,
people need something to hope and strive for.
But
people are that
weak. Then people need a friend.
Yeah, I kind of look at
they need a friend.
Like that's part of the issue now with society. Like less and less people. I don't like saying this because I don't want to call religious people brainwashed, but I'm gonna fucking say it.
They are.
Less and less people are brainwashed nowadays, and God, you don't see it so much no more. It's more of a thing of a select group of people. So I wonder if that's why they're losing control with people believing in God, why they're resorting to taking the rights and things they're doing now to try to gain back. What do you think they're
going to replace it with?
I don't know. Probably all out anarchy and fucking
essential oil.
Fucking FEMA camps and all that good shit.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
I think before it's over, my personal opinion, it's gonna be like the Holocaust, but in America eventually.
That's what I think. I wrote a thing, or I use a free speech. I do that a lot, and it was back, 2013. It's on my YouTube. It's called The Goat Speaks, and it's a free speech of exactly kind of what we're speaking of here. I do a lot of things like that anonymously over the years and stuff. I have a lot to say, but I don't like, people don't take the face seriously.
I know I'm high, bro. Because I'm sitting there watching this cat fuck with the tires on the rack behind her.
And see, that's what I was doing. I
just caught that. I'm like,
I was watching the whole time.
Is this motherfucker changing tires? No, the other way.
Where? Here?
The other side. Yeah. The tire rack. Yeah.
Oh.
And I seen a dude walk.
Yeah, we were watching the guy walk back and forth.
Yeah, I was like, he changing tires?
I'm over here like looking. I'm like, what?
I just now noticed it though, and I'm really observant of shit like that. It freaked me out. I was like, wait. I seen the dude walk by a couple of times going behind her, but I didn't see the tires back there. That just blew my fucking mind.
I've been watching it the whole time. I'm like, what is going on back there? I wanted to ask about it, but.
Well, this is the kimmed out, this is where I rent kimmed out from the vinyl.
I ain't mad at you. I'll be in my garage with my wood burner and tires and tools. I'm
in Mentor, actually. This is a friend of mine. He owns a contracting company.
Hell yeah.
And he has a huge building.
Hell yeah.
I needed a bit.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Give us a subject here. Something.
Prison for profit.
What?
I'm seriously okay. I want you guys to be on this also. I'm doing a documentary, think like Blair Witch kind of, but about the knowing.
So you are a witch. No.
I think
don't be making no fucking voodoo dolls of us.
No, I just had the worst feeling since summertime. I'm being hunted. and I've heard this from more than just me, and I've heard different variations of different things, and none of them are settling. But
I feel like I ran from. Go ahead.
They're from different people that have nothing to do with the other.
So you just got random. But yet there's energies chasing.
They're saying the same story. No, they're telling me the same story. And when I'm asking the question, and like I have a hard time talking to people because it's almost like I hear their truth in their voice. I hear. I know it sounds like I made the trailer for the movie, because I wanted to do it this summer. Like I said, a documentary of just people around here and just get their interpretation of this, because I've heard it called several different things, and I've been told to don't look directly at it, or don't look straight ahead, and don't listen. You know what I mean? Like eventually to right down to like don't listen to everything, because I was really hoping that I was just losing it for a while there, and then it's like, I don't know, I've had grown men like sit there and cry and tell me to not talk about it and not talk about it under, life. I mean, and it's like, wait a minute, it's unsettling. And then every time I go to ask like the answers from like maybe someone that might know, they tell me, no, they don't tell me like what I want to hear.
I mean,
you're like, you see that movie 1984,
yep.
Like, you got this human trafficking thing going on. We're in a small town that used to be like experimental test, town. I just got all kinds
of I feel like we're living that now.
Want to shoot a movie about it?
Or the after the effects, everything's playing out.
Want to shoot a documentary about it?
That's what I'm doing.
Oh.
It's called In Between. It's called The Space In Between. I'm gonna send you my trailer. You can play it on the thing because it's sweet. It's got a sweet soundtrack and it's kind of gripping. But I just did it, like with my iPhone.
Right.
But I mean, it's got
paranormal type of shit.
No.
No?
I wish.
What do you mean you wish?
Yeah, it's more like, I don't want to say, you'll know when I show it, when you see it.
So you have to see it to know. All right.
Well, I just don't want to say those words, because I don't want, to say the words, and then all of a sudden,
right.
I'm missing.
Right.
Like,
I get it.
It's just creepy. It's something, like I said, it's been going on for years. It's unsettling that it's still things that you already knew. But
yeah, but like I said, some people are so brainwashed they won't believe shit if it smacked them right in their face. That's the sad part. There's a lot of drones. That's the people
probably that are getting taken.
Yeah, probably. They're like, piece of candy, little kid.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's sad. That'd be another thing to raise awareness about.
I'm scared shit. Oh, yeah. I'll be freaking, then you'll be looking for me. I've been scared of human trafficking since, like, Unsolved Mysteries, and before it was like a thing.
I hate that creepy ass song on the side note.
It's a creepy song, and the dude's voice on that show.
Yeah.
He just made the show extra creepy.
Yeah.
He's in jail now for human trafficking.
I don't even like to be in the room by myself in the dark when that song's playing. I'm like, hell no, I'm going to bed with my chick or something.
I used to leave the football games early though when it was about the aliens or something. I liked the alien ones. They were good.
Alien abductions.
I gotta get off here. Yeah. I'm obsessed with that, but I'm always like, I don't know. I used to go to bed after watching it and like talk to them, be like, okay, aliens, if you're gonna land, don't do anything bad to me because I'm really nice. I won't, like negotiate with an alien, and not get probed in my sleep.
Right.
Funny, but very true story.
I was chewing. Fuck him.
Yeah, I have to jump off here because I have to get out of here. For one, I got a kid home.
Right.
I know how that goes.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us on the show.
Yes, definitely. Thanks.
Yes, I'm gonna pay attention to your thing and see if it lets me send this the preview to that.
What thing we talking about?
The trailer.
The trailer.
I know she said pay attention to your thing. Where are you sending it?
email.
Oh, my head's in the gutter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was gonna send. I know. See how long I spent.
Wow.
No, if I can send it, can I send it on a comic thing?
No.
I'll figure it out.
Just send it.
Just
send it.
I'm gonna send it.
Like a whiskey throttle. Just send it.
Yeah. What was my theme song gonna be about? The Juice Box Hero. I gotta come up with that.
I'm done. I am done.
Okay, so here's my exit. Juice Box Hero. You gotta do the fading out.
Oh, shit.
It was fun.
Definitely.
All right, I will message this to you for sure.
All right, yeah, send it to me.
I'm gonna share this all over the place now.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Well, I'm gonna share it all.
Appreciate
it. For talking to me. All right, don't drink anymore.
Oh yeah, I'm done.
I haven't drank since I've been on the show, but Pepsi.
I got some sun kisses.
Right. She got the juice boxes.
All right, not juice box.
Oh.
No. It'll be my signature item next time.
Right.
Oh.
You guys have to come on and do one with me.
If I start seeing Kim D juice boxes floating around, I'm gonna be like, what the fuck?
Like Sunny D?
Yeah.
Like Sunny D. Like Kimmy D. Oh,
I'm gonna be like, you know what? I'm done. I ain't doing the show no more. Fuck that shit.
It's like,
this
it's
shit
kiwi
crazy.
and mango.
Oh,
mango.
I'm done.
Oh man, I'll have them printed out, labels made up tomorrow.
Oh shit! Watch, people gotta start asking for them on the show now.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a t-shirt. Yeah, that's good. That's good. It's like that funny drink, Fago. That's how Fago started, right?
Right.
That's how it happens, though.
All the clowns were drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. It started with being.
Yeah.
We have to give them a little royalty, like unlimited juice.
Unlimited juice.
This was definitely awesome and a different experience.
Yeah.
I'm glad we gotta spice things up, keep it diverse.
Yeah.
Right.
It was definitely dope.
All right.
Though.
Well, get some rest and have fun. I'm gonna tune in now.
Okay.
Later.
Thank you.
All right. Bye. How do I shut this off?
And.
Oh, like oh. Oh, bye.
That was interesting.
Very, very open-minded, fun person.
That was definitely a different experience, than anything we've done thus far.
Yeah. I mean, I'll definitely have more guests because it'll be different perspectives.
Most definitely.
And I definitely enjoyed some of her thoughts, and I definitely learned a few things too, different new things that I didn't know about. That's why I was like, what the fuck?
Well, I'm glad we didn't hit tough
into
extra
them
tough subjects.
No, they were hit nice, so
you know what I mean? Like certain subjects I don't want to speak on because of, just because they're those subjects. And
right, a lot of people got a lot invested into them, put it that way.
Yeah. And you'll get some
what do y'all think?
Harsh opinions on stuff like that,
Right.
And
some
but I mean, overall it was a very, very dope show. I mean, like I said, I was kind of sitting back in the cut and, listening and observing the situation. And
I definitely like an open-minded perspective.
Yeah. Yeah, most definitely. So, what are we talking about now?
We've been on for how long? We've been on, people? 1 hour.
An hour. Yeah, roughly.
Let's talk about big booty hoes.
Yeah, we can't do that.
We can do everything now.
Okay, we.
Yeah, so far.
No, we can't.
Right. No, I agree with you though. I do think the subjects were hit in a polite manner and respectable. And
very, very, very respectable, and I don't think anybody can say anything negative towards it. I mean, yeah, you'll have your, personal opinions, but I mean, the comments that I'm seeing, were not negative at all.
Right.
you know, and they agreed with how we hit it and how we approached it.
Mm-hmm. No, it's definitely a good show. And like I said, if y'all watching, y'all interested in getting on the show, you got something to say, and you got a fucking camera and a mic or a set of headphones, like old girl, earbuds, anything, phone, let us know. It's possible. But
you know, then give us some subjects to talk about, you know, and
right. No, I liked it.
You know, we're up for, you know,
it was
talking and debating anything you could throw at us, really.
It was different than the normal show.
Right.
And like I said, I actually did learn a kind of new perspective. Because she's kind of had that train of thought, like, even if I don't like it, or if it happens to me, fuck it. You got to keep going.
Yeah.
So why dwell on it? And she was happy about it in a positive way. She brought a positive out of it. That's why I kind of
and you know, that's a good life lesson right there.
Yeah. You know how comfortable you are in life when you get like that, bro?
Oh, most definitely.
Like, when you could just be like, I don't give a fuck, like a million people can be calling you out right in your ear next to your head, and you're just sitting there smoking a blunt watching TV, and it don't even matter. You don't even hear it.
Yeah, pretty much. And, you know, if more people were like that, I think the, you know, world would be a slightly better place.
Oh, yeah. But that ain't gonna happen no time soon.
No.
But a lot of it's.
But I mean, you gotta start somewhere, you know.
Yeah, no, definitely, I agree with that. A lot of it, people just need to quit listening to media and sides and things of that nature, and think on their own and make up their own mind, make their own decisions.
Yeah, and I like that you brought that up too, because the media does control the narrative, and
they control the popular opinion, whatever they say.
Yeah.
Because they drill it into people pretty much. It's fucking like sitting somebody in a room and playing it over and over for 100 days straight. Eventually, that's what they're going to believe.
Yeah,
like,
most definitely.
It's fucked up. But yeah. She's laughing.
Yeah, can we put the...
Yeah. Definitely, thanks for giving us your time on the show, though. It was definitely dope.
Yeah, most definitely.
Definitely love the perspective and the happy-go-lucky fuck it shit. That's my type of peoples.
That was a lot of definitely's.
Definitely was, other than that. Nah.
What do we got?
But I agree with everything we said, though. The cops need more training. People need to have a little more common sense, things of that nature.
Did you see his comment she wrote?
Here we go with this juice box shit again.
Oh, leave it to my man to start some shit.
He would come up with it. I can't believe he said that shit, though.
Yeah, he's stupid.
He said, I need a couple juice boxes. No one that motherfucker said she said juice boxes. Her hands out juice boxes.
Oh, what a trip. What a trip.
I liked it, though.
Yeah, most definitely. So,
with a needle and thread.
What is our closing argument here, or whatever?
Like I said, my final thought on that before she wrote that was, I agree, police need more training, but I agree and this is just the police issue right now. I think police, they need more training to deal with people in different states, different minds, mental instabilities, things of that nature. But at the same time, I think people need to also learn, whether we like it or not, because we all know I've rebelled my whole fucking life. We do have laws, and you go about ways certain things, but some people let their emotions overcome them and think they can do what the fuck they want. And now the media is almost having some people, I believe, think they could do what the fuck they want in front of the police, and the police can't touch them, or it'll be labeled racist, or it'll be labeled police brutality, or it'll be labeled, something of that nature. So I think...
So do you think people are, if we're, talking about it that way, you think people have a sense of entitlement? like a certain sense of entitlement. We're not talking, you know,
I think everybody
religion. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're not talking race, religion, or anything. We're talking people in general.
Nowadays, I think entitlement has got confused with what you can be offended about can make you cocky and entitled to an extent. Right?
So
I think everybody right now, nowadays, including you and me, have entitlement. We all have our fuck you days. I'm the shit, you're not. And, you know, or we all get in a situation where you might be able to talk to me one way, but somebody else talks to me that way on a certain day. I might be like, who the fuck are you talking to? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how mentality is nowadays. But like I said, when it comes to the police issue, I think it needs work on both sides at the end of the day.
Most definitely.
Because
I will agree on that.
I've been in situations where cops have treated me with the utmost respect and did their job, but just because they was a cop, I treated them like fucking shit for no reason. Just for being a cop.
Was it no reason, or was it
was from my past
prior experience? Yeah, exactly.
But at the same time, you know, it could have been a different cop that never did that to me. I didn't take that into consideration.
Right. Yeah. I feel what you're saying there.
So as I got older, I kind of thought a little different, and they don't tend to fuck with me as much. But I'm not out there doing dumb shit like I used to. So, but no, I do think entitlement plays a role nowadays on both sides, the police and the citizens. I think they both, kind of like what you call a power trip with cops. A lot of cops, that's an entitlement.
All right, if you know, people in general, you know, are going to use a sense of entitlement, you know, you're going to get your freedoms taken away, you know?
Agreed.
And then that's what America's based on, you know, and
we know that we were little kids, right?
Yeah, we know that.
Regardless of how crooked they are, there are certain things that you do and don't do, no matter how hard you are, because you know what the repercussion is of it if you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So to me, it's a choice. Unless your mental melon snapped one day and you did what you did, like we have them instances and shit, but...
Right. But I don't know, a sense of entitlement to that degree is
scary.
It's scary, and you know, just all around not a good thing. You know what I mean? Like too much entitlement does more harm than good.
Oh yeah, it's usually your downfall.
Yeah,
I definitely agree with that.
Well, like, you know, you go, well, I'm entitled and I can do whatever I want. That's how you end up with Karen situations.
I do think that way, but the problem is I'm growner now and I know better. But I still...
Well, not you personally,
no,
but
I'm speaking
in general.
I'm relating to it because I still believe I could do what the fuck I want, but I know some things, even though I know I can do them and do what the fuck I want, I know if I do them things, I got to be ready to face the repercussions of them.
Yes, most definitely. Yeah.
And that's where grown and choices come into play. Like, you know, anybody can do what the fuck they want, but most of the time when it comes to making life choices, most people in their head...
But there's repercussions to doing exactly what you want.
Right. They weigh the balances, so either some people do it or some don't. It's that simple. Life's about the choices you make. It's like playing chess.
All right. I feel you on that.
But yeah, but it's both sides. Like I said, it's a 50-50 thing. That's what's... And it's going to be hard to change that with media and all that bullshit, shoving narratives down people's throats and things of that nature.
I will say this on that subject. You know, police say they tell you not to resist, and you know it's human nature to resist.
It's fight or flight.
Yes.
It's been a proven fact that if your body feels like you're about to die, you'll go
there's no way to remain calm
drastic
in that situation.
measures to live. Right. You can't do that. Right. That's your brain snapping on autopilot. Yeah. You can't do nothing.
Okay. I seen this sign, and it says, "We live in a world where trained cops can panic and act on impulse, but
civilians
unarmed civilians must, you know, remain calm with a gun in your face.
Right.
You know,
or 100 people running up on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, in suits and masks, looking like a mob.
And you're not to panic, and you're not to. I mean, it's hard in a situation like that. Like, I don't care who you are. It's hard in a situation like that not to panic and not to.
Yeah. I mean, I don't
not to
like
act on
me.
impulse.
Cops don't bother me no more when I interact with them because of the simple fact I've dealt with them so much. So it's almost as sad as it sounds. It's like I'm used to them. So like when I see them, it's like running into you. I'm like, the fuck you want now? You know what I'm saying? And they expect that. So that's how we communicate.
Right.
But yeah, but still to this day though, I do get like a cop comes around, and like I said, it could be the most respectful cop in the world, and in the back of my head though, there's still always that thought, like, is something gonna happen?
Just off of past experience,
right.
and you know what's happened prior, you know.
Right, and that's brainwashing too though. That's control. That's why the fuck do I fear the people who are supposed to serve and protect me? When the fuck did that switch up? If you ask 90% of citizens, nobody wants to grow up and be a cop when they're a kid no more. And I'm not knocking police because there's a lot of good cops too. But even upper richy citizens, middle class citizens, any citizen, lower class, if you say the police is coming or there's a cop over there, they're like, where? Like everybody's paranoid about a motherfucking cop, bro. Like,
I mean, and that bothers me too, you know what I mean? Because these are the people, like you said, that are supposed to be serving and protecting and not instilling fear in everybody they see.
But
see,
I think about that too, though, because I'm like 90% of situations I see, in my opinion, when cops are fucking somebody up, and I'm not talking about the people that's died or nothing, but just from around here and me and the situations I've been in, they get fucked up, and I've been fucked up because I got myself fucked up when I could have not got fucked up, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah, I feel exactly what you're saying.
So I think just like the race issue, I think the media pushes cops are bad down people's throats. So when we see a cop, we're naturally either like run or defend yourself. It's programming. And it could be only like, for all we know, it could be 10 bad cops and 100 good ones. But the way they got us seeing it, almost all of them are bad.
But see, you know, that's all on my, you know, that's all that I see on my social media news feed. You know, they're not showing the good cops. They're not showing.
No, they're not going to. They don't show the cop playing basketball with the kids.
That's what they need to show.
Yeah, well,
show me more of that.
Well, then we're talking about the elite. And when you get money like them, you get to pay to play mind control with the world, because that's what they're doing.
I mean, you feel what I'm saying, though? Like, I'd like to see that. I'd like to see cops out in the community, you know, doing for the people, protecting and serving. You know what I mean? I'd like to see that.
Like, I got cops that live around me, and I've never had an issue with none of them. They do their job, so on, you know, things of that nature. People will come to my house all the time. They'll be like, there's a cop sitting down the road. And I'm like, what's your point? I was like, you know, I could see if it's back then I was doing some dumb shit, but I'm like, everybody knows he lives in the neighborhood, and he's like one of the coolest cops. You fuck up, do some dumb shit, he gonna protect the neighborhood. You act like a normal fucking person, you're fine.
Right.
And he don't judge me for my past or nothing like that. He'll see me wave all that shit, you know what I'm saying? So,
you know, and like you said, all right, that's just in that situation right there. You know, I mean, there are good cops, and there are.
But I know a lot of cops in this town that I don't care, freedom of speech. Fuck you. You guys already know how I feel, because you guys don't. Yeah, you do your job, but you be on a power trip and things of that nature. So
right.
But yeah.
And I think that's what a lot of it is too. It's a power trip, and it's a. You know, look at me, I'm superior, and
I think some of it's a power trip, and I think some of it's scared. Never being around people that act like that, where the training would come in. Never being around a mentally ill person, or never being around a lower income person, as they call us, or a ghetto person, or things of that nature. They really was sheltered and never seen that shit. You know what I'm saying? So when they do see somebody expressing themselves in a loud manner or yelling and, you know, rah, 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 they're like, oh shit, what, he about to turn into Incredible Hulk or something? Shoot him.
Right.
Like, I don't know, like, it's weird to me. Because, like I said, I've seen some situations where I'm like, where people would be like, "Oh, that's wrong," and I'm like, "What the fuck?"
All right,
then I see situations
question.
that could have been de-escalated easily.
Okay, well, here's my question to that. All right, you got cops, and like you said, you know, there has to be a nice number of cops that, you know, haven't been, you know, in the streets and haven't seen, you know, how the less fortunate, you know,
So they need urban training.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so how can we fix that? You know, from
you can't.
You know, the poverty-stricken people to the mentally ill. How can we fix that? You know, training wise.
I can tell you one of two ways. One, you're never going to be able to teach that by a book. You would actually have to.
It's experience.
You would have to intern with, say, like at a mental ill hospital or facility for the mental part.
Right.
You would have to, you know, maybe, I don't know, go undercover in the hood. You know how some detectives live that life so long they get caught up in it for real.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know, that's something you're programming yourself to do, so that might turn into a fucked up individual too. But no, and so I don't think possibly you can do it, but you could if you were strong-minded enough. But it's going to take years to learn all that different shit. And they're not going to put money into doing that. And this is my second best thing, and I know this is going to sound crazy as fuck, though. But if we're going to segregate and break down into classes, because I don't really call it people segregating, they divide us by lower, middle, and higher. That's why we have them fucking terms. This is common sense. People are just used to hearing them terms and thinking nothing of it. But really, it's saying they're high up there, you're in between us, and we're the low piece of shit. But anyways, at the end of the day, since you want to segregate us and all that shit, we police our own classes or our own neighborhoods. And let's see how the fuck shit works out then. And see who blames who for the violence on what side and things of that nature.
Yeah, but see, a lot of people aren't that militant to police their own, you know, surroundings.
No. Okay, let me explain this a little better. You take the motherfucker that grew up in the hood and you train him to be a police officer and he works in that hood's precinct. You get what I'm saying?
Right, okay, yeah.
You take a rich motherfucker at the top of the food chain that grew up with rich people that live in gated communities, and you train him and hire him at that bracket of people.
Right.
I'm not saying it's fair because them rich fuckers then, still fuck something up.
See, that's
segregation.
Gonna cause segregation's going to cause even more problems because, you know, you got your upper class cop, you got your middle class cop, you got your lower class cop, and those people are going to have to intermingle. And it's you know, the two upper class cops, you know, the middle and the upper class cops are going to look down on the lower class cops.
But it don't matter because at the end of the day, they still win. It's another big segregation.
You know what I mean? Like that.
At that point, we might as well build the Vatican, a wall around it, and we'll be the peasants outside.
Yeah, I mean, we pretty much are. You know, we pretty much are. I don't know. I mean, something definitely has to change on all sides, and you know, it's not just the police, it's not just, you know, the civilians. Something seriously just needs to change all around.
Genius comes out and we kill everything and reform something into a whole new different something that works. Nah, we're destined to be done.
Yeah,
like I always said, slavery didn't end; it just went corporate. It blew up.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah. How long we been on? 150. Damn.
2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours.
We're always running 2 hours.
But I mean, it was a good show though. I mean,
yeah, it was a good show, good guest.
You know, and I like the way it turned out, and you know, like I said, I'm sorry I wasn't more vocal, you know, throughout the show, but, you know, I was trying to listen and pinpoint key aspects of what was being said. Right. And I didn't want to turn it into anything politically incorrect.
Right. No, I understand that. But that was a good thing because it was a lot easier to do than not do.
Right, yeah.
So it turned out all right. No. Well, remember, Graveyard Shift. We do this every motherfucking Friday at 12 a.m. what?
Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern Standard Time. Remember, you got something to say, get in the comments. We don't judge nobody. It's all open, opinionated debates, all that fun shit. If you got a subject you think needs to be spoke on, put it in the comments or write one of us. We might throw it on the show. If you want to get on here and debate and throw us a subject, let us know. That's possible too. As you've seen tonight, we started doing that. Remember, like, subscribe, share to the channel. Or
absolutely
share the channel, not share to
the channel.
You get what I'm saying? It's been long. We was working all night, then come home, did the show. But right. Thank you for your time. Other than that, remember every Friday, come check us out. If you missed the show, you can always go back and watch it. It is on the YouTube. Remember, it's Desyple at Night, aka Dusty and Dirt.
Dusty and Dirt.
Dusty and Dirt, the build. But we're gonna sign off for tonight. Let y'all lay it down. We're going to lay it down. But remember, get at us. And remember, peace. Tell them peace. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.